Part A. Find the integral of the square root of 5 minus x with respect to x. So first thing I'm going to do is rewrite this square root as a power. So the square root means a power of a half. I can now add 1 to the power. So we'll get a half plus 1 is 3 over 2. Divide by that new power. So dividing by 3 over 2. It's the same thing as timesing by 2/3. And then not forgetting the reverse chain rule. Because I've got a minus x on the inside there, I need to divide all of that by minus 1. And don't forget your constant, the plus c. So that's my answer for part A. Moving on, the diagram above shows the sketch of the curve with the equation y equals x minus 1 times the square root of 5 minus x between 1 and 5. Part B. Using integration by parts or otherwise, find the integral of x minus 1 times the square root of 5 minus x. So, I am going to let x minus 1 be my u, and I'm going to let the square root of 5 minus x be my v dash. So we'll say u equals x minus 1, v dash equals the square root of 5 minus x. So u dash, differentiating the u minus 1, I'll get 1. For v, integrating the square root of 5 minus x, we did that in part A. So I'll just take my answer from part A, which is the minus 2/3 times 5 minus x to the power 3 over 2. I don't need to include the plus c here because I'll get a plus c at the end of this question. Right, so applying the integration by parts formula, I'll have u times v minus the integral of u dash times v. Right, let's simplify that now. So, just rewriting the front term in a little bit of a nicer way. Right, let's look at this integral then. I'm going to take this minus 2/3 and put this on the outside with the minus 1. So that will be a plus 2/3 on the outside of this integral. And then on the inside, I've just got the 5 minus x to the power 3 over 2. Right, let's do some integration now. Now we've got this in a nice simple form. So we're going to add 1 to the power. So 3 over 2 plus 1 is 5 over 2. Divide by the new power. So dividing by 5 over 2 is the same thing as timesing by 2/5. And then, not forgetting the reverse chain rule, the minus x on the inside there. So dividing by minus 1 will make this a negative. And then simplifying that then, so the 2/3 times minus 2 over 5 will be minus 4 over 15. And then we've got the 5 minus x to the power 5 over 2. And that is my answer for part B. And then finally for part II, hence finds the integral from 1 to 5 of that same integral. So basically we're working out the area underneath here now. So I've already done the integration in part B. All I need to do now is take my answer from part B. So let me just copy that down. And then I just need to substitute my limits in. The limits being 5 and 1. Let me do this up here so I've got a bit more space. So minus 2/3 of 5 minus 1 times 5 minus 5 to the power 3 over 2 minus 4 over 15, 5 minus 5 to the power 5 over 2. So that's me substituting the upper limit in. Now substituting the lower limit in, so minus 2 over 3, 1 minus 1, 5 minus 1 to the power 3 over 2, minus 4 over 15, 5 minus 1 to the power 5 over 2. Right, let's go through this. A lot of this is going to simplify, just be 0, so we don't need to use a calculator. We've got the 5 minus 5 here, so that's 0, which means that when I multiply this by all of this is going to be 0. The 5 minus 5 here, that's going to be 0. So again, all of this will be 0. So I don't have to worry about anything in that first bracket. The 1 minus 1 here, that's going to be 0. So all of this will be 0. The 5 minus 1 here, that's going to be 4. So this term is the only term that's not going to be 0. So we are left with the minus, basically we're left with all of this green. The minus and the minus here and the minus here will make this whole thing become a positive 4 over 15. And like I said, the 5 minus 1 is 4 to the power 5 over 2. The 4 to the power of a half means square root, so that's just going to be 2. So 4 over 15 times 2 to the power 5. So 4 over 15 times 32 will give me my answer, which is 128 over 15. And so that is my answer for part BII.